Hi, I'm Jonathan Weiland, the Director of FTC Illinois, and I'm going to talk to you about what to expect with POWERPLAY. The first thing to expect is that we won't need masks this year. Thanks to North Central College for hosting the event. They've really gone their way to get this activity. Quick line of what we're going to talk about: register for state, leagues, grants, control hubs, what to expect from league play, re-granting rules, and volunteering, and my rules for a successful year. So the event structure works like this. We have multiple variations of leagues. You could have 3 child leagues, 2 child leagues. Child leagues could be a variety of sizes. Each of those groups will advance 20 to 25% to the state championship. Teams are placed in the leagues by geography, so we try to avoid the opportunity for people to pick their leagues. We try to minimize the travel time. What's an event size? We have 3 meets, minimum of 4, maximum of 20, tournaments, maximum of 36, and the state tournament is February 24th, 25th. Meets are typically a half a day. The robots are inspected. Teams play 5 matches. We can't really change that. And there's no judging or submission of engineering portfolios. And remember, each team needs to find 2 or 3 adults to volunteer at every event. Everything okay? League tournaments are a 1-day event, including judging, elimination round, and awards. Robots are again inspected. Teams play 5 additional matches, and there'll be aligned selection and elimination rounds. Judging will likely be in person, but it could be remote. And again, roughly 20% of the teams will advance to state from their leagues. What if your team cannot attend all 3 league meets? Well, we have 3, so that's 15 matches, but you drop your lowest 5. So it's okay if you miss one of the 3 meets. We like to have everybody try to do as much as possible, but we understand that things happen. Illinois has grants available for teams. So we have, these are matching grants, and the grant directions are here. They'll be on the website, so if you can't get the numbers. But we have grants for rookie teams, first-year teams, second-year teams, third-year teams, and veteran teams that are high minority or CPS. So these are matching grants. You send one receipt with all of your expenditures, and then we send you some money. There's a lot of other grants. For example, Argosy and FTC Canada has a $1,400 grant for new teams. If you go to this site, see if it shows up. There's a whole variety of grants available for you to apply towards. Roman Haas, John Deere. If you live near any of those cities, Ringwood, Kankakee, Elk Grove Village, you could apply for a grant. Rev Robotics has grants. Now, I have to play a little role. If you apply to them, just send me a note. Re-granting. So it turns out that FIRST is not re-granting money. So if you get a grant and you have extra money, you can't get it out of FIRST headquarters. So, for example, a veteran team, the most that they could possibly spend is $842. That would be the national registration, a communications kit, and a control hub. But it turns out that if you're a veteran team, there won't be any control hubs. The regular rookie team could go down this list and either buy the Tetrix kit or the Rev kit. So if you have questions about about the re-granting, send me a note. But the bottom line is that once you get money in FIRST, it doesn't come out. Control hubs. If you're a rookie team, then you are likely to get on the list for a control hub. There's unlikely to be any control hubs available for veteran teams. FIRST has about 2,000 control hubs in the pipeline. They expect to start shipping them by beginning or mid-October. And so register, organize your control hub purchase, and then wait. Illinois has a couple of expansion hubs that are available for rookie teams, so that you could send me a note and I'll set you up with an expansion hub. Well, you actually have to buy the expansion hub, but I had to buy them. Okay, resources available. Game. This is a site for teams. Game Manual Zero. Sorry, forgot. But it's a really great resource for teams and mentors. And then, of course, there's the Virtual Robot Simulator. This is a free resource able to show kids how to program, teach them how to program. It's available at this link. And let me show you what our program can do. Maybe. Go to draw. Doesn't like that. I thought I ran that. Oh, well, I won't show you that. But I'll show you what the Virtual Robot Simulator can do. So it has multiplayer functions, programming functions, an introduction, and initialize start. How exciting. All right, new computer. I didn't test this out. Oh, well, enough of that. We'll also have the new game available for teams. That's POWERPLAY. And you can see if you click on this, I hope this will work, that in 1 hour and 39 minutes, that site will go live. And there's a link. If you can't remember it, you can put your QR code on there. The Virtual Robot Simulator has been used in 5th grade in Deerfield. It's a really great way to introduce kids to the First Tech Challenge. And we have an awards assembly example, engineering notebooks. The Virtual Robot Simulator could be used to engage your sponsors. Grubhub, Nicor Gas, and Zebra Technologies have all done programs with the Virtual Robot Simulator. We call it Family Fun with the VRS. Now, my rules for success. Remember, I've been involved in the First Tech Challenge for 15 years, and it's not uncommon to hear about teams who turn the robot over to their programmers on Friday night. So if you really want to be successful, freeze your hardware on Monday and give kids the opportunity to program. 2 drivetrains. This comes from the world champion robot team called Cougar Robotics from a number of years ago. You have 2 drivetrains. You build a simple drivetrain, and then you have the complex drivetrain. And then on the Monday before your tournament, you switch so that the programmers get the complicated robot and the builders could rebuild the second robot. This allows you to iterate an extra time and always gives your programmers an opportunity to work on a robot. Remember, nobody's really ready in November, or usually most teams aren't ready in November. Scores are typically pretty low. So the important thing for the November meet is to come with a robot that drives. And you're likely to score some points and you'll be competitive. The other rule is 50% 100% of the time. If you can't do half of the goals 100% of the time, you can't do all the goals 50% of the time. So work on having one goal 100% of the time and then add the next scoring challenge to that. The last rule is you can't want to win more than your kids. So for you hyper-competitive parents out there, it's sort of a bummer. But you can't make kids compete harder than they want to compete. And here's the FTC Sim, the Canada project that has a $1,400 grant available to teams that are rookies, and the POWERPLAY for Illinois, for anybody, the new game. So normally we would have questions, but I have one more story to tell you. Let me check the time. 2 minutes? Thanks. So volunteers, remember that when you have your parent meeting, you want to tell your parents that this is not the time to check out of your kid's life. Volunteer to be part of their program so that you can hang out with your kids. If your kids are anything like my kids, they went through high school, they graduated, and then they moved to Boston, California, and Vermont. And I get a half-hour phone call with them once a week. So spend some time with your kids, be a volunteer, and remember that we use robots to build kids, not kids who build robots. Thanks.